Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kurt, and welcome back to Far Lands or Bust. That skeleton outside was burning alive was not welcome back to Far Lands or Bust. He was never invited. Therefore, he burned. He burned as the sun rose in the east, and we continue walking to the west. Segway. Check that out. Professionalism. Let's grab Wolfie. I need to get rid of some of this stuff. Over a stack of dirt I do not need. And yeah. I got Wolfie, right? Yeah. Keep on keeping on. To the Far Lands, here in episode 277. It is Friday, August 2nd, 2013. Although, I will get to in a moment why that is probably not the date that this video will actually go live. But we'll get to that in a second. The more important thing is that we are currently at $39,653 raised this season for Child's Play charity over at farlandsorbust.com. I like how I said that. Child's Play charity. That was a very announcery type way to say Child's Play charity. Sorry. I apologize. I was probably getting annoying. But yeah, $39,653. I do really appreciate it. Excuse me, Mr. Lead the Way there. I lead the way, not you. So yeah, I do appreciate it. That happens over at farlandsorbust.com. There is a donation button, chip-in kind of widget there, official, provided by the fine people at Child's Play Charity. Funds go directly to them, and we're trying to raise $100,000 this season of Far Lands or Bust. All that helping kids get toys, books, and games. And access and whatnot in hospitals around the world for whatever reason they may be there for whatever short or long-term purpose, and hoping that they get better with whatever reason they're there. They also have a chance to remain kids and help with their recovery by playing games, reading books, having toys, things like that. So a good cause, and I do appreciate the continued support for that. But if I may take a few steps back and explain why this video is not going up when I'm recording it, nor has the previous video, episode 276. You may have noticed I was referring to a lot of things about the Minecon tickets, another topic for later on in this episode, by the way. A bit of a preview. I was talking about them in the future tense, specifically the first batch that were going on sale on that Wednesday, but the video didn't go up till Thursday afternoon. A lot of problems with the YouTubes. You may be seeing and hearing a lot of complaints, mostly on Twitter is where I complain, and others of the YouTube persuasion take to the streets. Since they can't get any content up on YouTube, they decide, hey, let's go to Twitter and rage. But yeah, major problems with YouTube. That, my friends, is defying the laws of physics and geology all in one right there. Although I do like that it is connected and not exactly just floating there. It is actually, perhaps there's some sort of deep down leverage going on there. That is a cube of floating sand. I could make that collapse, but I do believe that it is magical just the way it is. Whoop, yep. Sorry, Wolfie. We will continue on. Woof. So yeah, YouTube broken since July 31st about. More so for us non-networked partners. That means we are, I guess what you could call independently partnered directly through YouTube. We aren't with a network like Machinima or The Game Station, or sorry, Polaris. Maybe they're also selling snowmobiles. Sorry. That's a snowmobile company, right? Polaris? Yeah. But also, you know, for us non-partnered, we're having problems. I think everybody is having the problem where just uploads are having just so slow. Like, not just for the fact that my Comcast internet is constantly trolling me and changing its upload speeds and throttling my network connection. but just, I tried to upload that episode of Farlands Bust, the previous one, and it was over 3,000 minutes remaining. I'm like, haha, no. Then I tried back a couple years ago when we had similar problems. For whatever reason, it was fixed by doing the upload in Internet Explorer, so I tried that, and it gave me the illusion, at least it didn't say 3,000 minutes remaining, but it still took just about as long, so that was not a reliable fix, although it still went up. It took over 7 hours for the previous episode of Farlands Bust to upload. 7 hours, and I try to get these. I know a lot of my series, a lot of most people's series, they can record a bunch of episodes at once, and then upload them all overnight at once, and then schedule them for upload. These Farlands Busts I like to keep pretty topical, pretty up-to-date. I record and then upload at the same day and publish, but that's a little bit hindered when the uploads don't go very fast. Continually, other things that are being hindered for us non-network partners, we haven't lost the ability to. We've lost the ability. Yes, we've lost the ability to monetize new videos. Any videos that have been uploaded since, I'd say this started about July 31st, that's including the previous episode of Farlands Bust and other things that I've recorded and I've uploaded but have yet to publish. I've lost the ability to monetize. The process is, for those who don't know, or the way the process usually goes is your video uploads. Usually the best practice is to wait for it to fully process at all the levels of HD-ness and quality. You wait for the automatic thumbnails to process, and then you go in and there's a little checkbox that says monetize this video, and you can choose what types of ads you would like to show up on the video. And it's generally rather instantaneous after you select that and click save, that the monetization is enabled and ads will run on your video. At times there is a brief delay where it says under review, perhaps a few minutes to, at the most, I would say would be acceptable, would be an hour, but that would be exceptional. Until now. It has been well over 72 hours, and all videos uploaded in that time frame are still, quote-unquote, under review. So no ads are being added to those. So if you have seen a particular lull in videos from, say, myself and your other YouTubers, it is because of that. It's not necessarily because we're greedy. I know some of us are still uploading videos that are not monetized and publishing them just for the sake of getting content out and remaining connected with you guys. But we might be holding back a little bit, not because, let me say this, I have not gotten any particular complaints. Everybody seems to be very understanding of our situation, the fact that we do this for a living, and we try our best to find a balance between that and making our living on this sort of thing. Without that, we would not be able to have, say 5 or 6 different video game series is going on at the same time, because we'd have to find another means of supporting ourselves. But anyway, it's not about that. It's just, it's very frustrating. It's very frustrating, and I'm uploading and recording and anticipating, regardless of whether or not it's fixed by the time this video goes up, Farlands Bust, because like I've said, I mentioned this in the last episode, regardless of how long this YouTube thing lasts as a full-time gig, I want to keep at least Farlands or Bust going. Even if it's not making me any money in any regard, because the most thing I'm concerned about is yes, the Child's Play charity fundraiser, and the fact that I do receive a lot of support and the community behind helping out this charity, and the spirit of Farlands or Bust and adventure and discovery and Farlanders and all that fun stuff is more important to me than the monetization part of it, I guess. So that's why you're still seeing Farlands or Bust regardless. But it's very frustrating, and I think the most frustrating part is that we are completely in the dark. Totally and completely in the dark. As the sun sets, how poetic. We don't have... I've mentioned this before, I just wish there was some sort of status indicator, even if it was just the fact that YouTube says, yes, we notice that there is indeed a problem with non-networked partners monetizing videos, and we are working on it. I don't need an ETA, I don't need even a reason, I just need to know that we're not being ignored, I guess. Which I would hope we're not being ignored. As you know, we split the ad revenue with YouTube, so they, for all these partners who can't monetize their videos, YouTube, Google are losing out, I'm assuming, on hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars in ad revenue when these things don't work for this amount of time. Let's go to sleep. Ah, so angry we can't even go to sleep. Let's try anyway. I'm so angry. And awakeness. The sun starts out pretty... I never really noticed that. I really tried to pay attention how high the sun actually starts out in the sky when you sleep. Makes sense, though. Anyway. So yeah, you would think... I'm assuming they are working on it. It seems like it would be a little bit simpler of a fix to say, we changed something and then monetization broke. Perhaps we should go back and undo that change, but... I don't know. BWO's theory is that all of the people who work at YouTube are now at VidCon this weekend, and the wheels have come off, and nobody's driving the bus back at the home base, I suppose. I don't know about that. I mean, other things are breaking. For a while yesterday, every single comment on all the videos had like a scroll bar. It's as if they sized the div. Coming from a web design perspective, it seems like they sized the container of each comment too small for the content within it, so therefore a scroll bar appeared. I don't know what that was about. It's just... whoa. 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 Woof. Yeah, that would have been disastrous. So that's just a lot of weird things, and they're adding features and announcing them at VidCon. Kind of pointless features. It's also kind of funny. Well, first of all, I kind of just had this thought. The people who founded VidCon, who are running VidCon, the Vlogbrothers, Hank and John Green, their channel, Vlogbrothers, isn't partnered. They are a vanilla, I guess you could say, YouTube partners. Woo, that's lava. So none of their new videos that they've been uploading during and from VidCon are getting monetized. So that's a head scratcher right there, and the YouTube official YouTube accounts, Twitter accounts like YouTube and YouTube creators who are tweeting from VidCon, like giving out all these inspirational industry tweets about publishing and subscribers and engagement, viewer engagement, and held down the spacebar accidentally, and stuff like that. Myself and others are having a field day responding as snarky as we possibly can, being like, hey, a good way to engage your viewers, fix your dang website. Fix your website, Notch. No, so, interesting. So yes, that, I suppose, encapsulates and explains that, and I'm not the only one with this issue, so I know it's kind of YouTube-wide, unfortunately. And it's a bummer. It's a real bummer, and it's the reason why I'm assuming this Far Lines or Bust is not going to go up. I'm recording it Friday. It's probably not going to go up until Saturday. We should be, in the grand scheme of things, we hope it will be resolved. But if you think about it, I know I sometimes feel guilty sometimes, just personally, about complaining, because I got to admit, I still, every day, I feel very lucky to be doing this, that I somehow, there was some good timing involved, and perhaps, just savvy knowledge and just taking advantage of a trend and the popularity, getting on the right upswing of the popularity of YouTube Let's Plays and YouTube partnerships and things like that was very fortunate of me to have come along at this time, so I don't feel like there are people who have it far, far worse as far as their income and their jobs are concerned than I do, but it's still, the reason it's such an awesome job is that it exists, and right now it doesn't exist, so I feel a little bit upset about that. It's kind of like, I don't know if... Let me try. Analogy time. It's like, say you have an awesome job that you love, and you have to, you know, like most Americans, modern Americans, I think the average commute to and from work, or one way at least, is like 20 to 40 minutes, probably. 20 to 30 minutes, maybe. Be a little bit more conservative there. But you love this job, and you have to go to it to make money every day, obviously. But say you're taking your commute, and halfway there, all the roads halfway there have been ripped up and are impassable, and there's no alternate routes. They've just been destroyed. And you can't get to your job that you really love and you really love doing and you have to be at in order to make money. You could potentially get out of the car and walk the rest of the way and kind of deal with it that way, sort of thing. And perhaps maybe the people working on the roads are building all these new roads that go to all different features and places. None of which you actually want to go to because they don't help you out with your job, but they're there and they're not fixing the roads in front of you to allow you to get to your job that you actually want to do. I don't know, this analogy has gotten out of control. But that's kind of what it feels like, I suppose. I don't know. I know it's kind of the same people who have to deal with the roads don't really have to deal with the job, as in this case. The roads are a metaphor for the YouTube system. So I don't know, kind of imagine that. So yeah, I'm sure there is some perspective to put into that, but yeah, we're soldiering through. If anything, this has given me a lot of time to get ahead on videos, get them at least uploaded forever, how many 7 or 8 hours they take to get uploaded each, get them up and ready and I guess in the barrel, in the inventory for when this stuff does get resolved. We will have plenty of fun to be had with the YouTube Let's Plays, and will be even more an explosion, a wave, a tsunami of content for you guys once this gets resolved. So look forward to that, at least from the viewer's perspective. There's not much I'm asking you or that you as viewers can do about this. I'm just falling down gigantic... Whoa, Wolfie. Let's jump and sit at the same time. Woof, yeah, I'm gonna go down near this water if you don't mind. This way, Wolfie, this way, Wolfie, this way, Wolfie. Thank you. So yeah, that's going on. So, long story short, enjoy this Farlands or Bust on the house. It's on the house for the children. So anyway, I suppose I could get to another segment, 2 episodes in a row of Minecraft news. Obviously, the Minecon 2013 tickets have been going on sale in 3 batches. I know I missed kind of the appropriate timeliness of the previous episode, and I will probably miss the timeliness of this. You know, I have no idea, but it's possible that this video will come out after the 3rd and final batch of Minecon 2013 tickets have sold. And boy howdy have they been selling. A lot of problems getting a hold of some tickets for Minecon 2013. The batches seem to all be at least reserved within 3 seconds of them going live. And then from then, people have about 15 minutes once they have a hold of their tickets to check out. So some of them pop up once they get released from that queue, and then you can try to get them again. It's an interesting system. I mean, it's better than the money bookers system that we had last year, that many heart attacks were had over us here trying to get there from the United States payment systems. But there could be some criticism to be had for this system. But I hope that there are people able to get tickets who can go. I feel like the batch system kind of lends itself to promoting a little bit of a false sense of scarcity with the tickets. Careful, Wolfie. Because instead of, say, all the tickets at once being made available, it's like, oh, you know, I need to get tickets in a batch of 7,500. I should be fine, and maybe those would sell out in 5 minutes, 15 minutes. So if you were there on time, and if you were in the know-how enough and prepared enough, you could get tickets if you really, really wanted to. But the batch system makes everybody freak out because, oh my god, there's only 2,500 available at this moment. I have to get my tickets from that batch, and only that batch. Oh my god, they're running out in 3 seconds. What am I gonna do? Panic, panic, panic. And the people who do get through the system are like, okay, I'll just order 6, because I know there's some of my friends on the other side who are going to be sit there pressing F5 over and over again. So I'll get them for them, too. So there might be some overlap of people buying tickets for each other who might not be needing to. So there might be some of that. I don't know, pure speculation, total speculation on ticket buying practices. But so I'm noticing a little bit of that. Don't worry, for those of you who already say have tickets and are for sure going, I... And probably quite a lot of your favorite YouTubers, your Mindcrackers, your Minecraft Let's Players, personalities and whatnot. Whoa, I just got a big lag spike there. Woof, so did Wolfie. We'll be attending. We will have our ability to be there and be a feature. Like I said, the entire weekend is a chance for us to kind of pay you guys back, to be the kind of, as much as I don't appreciate considering ourselves celebrities or anything like that, but, you know, it's for the times that Minecon is going on, from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., those 2 days, we are at your disposal, within reason, obviously. Please don't go crazy. But, so that's going to happen, no problem. Let me go to sleep. I'll continue my thoughts in the morning. And Minecon 2013-ness. That guy's not going to go because he's going to be dead. So yeah, don't worry about that. We'll be there. I'm just in seeing the responses on Twitter and the problems people are having finding tickets. I do know there are probably going to be a significant amount of people who wanted to go, who had the ability to go, who had planned to go, who might not be able to get a hold of tickets. And for that, that kind of breaks my heart, obviously. But with such a limited space as this and limited availability, I understand that can happen. I do want to mention, just briefly, for the people who do get tickets and are very excited about this, keep things in perspective. Talk to people who have been to Minecons in the past. They will tell you that the convention themselves are not particularly on the highest order of importance, or as far as the scale of conventions go. Minecon is a very small, very bare bones-ish put together convention, I suppose. So what I'm trying to say is it's not the end of the world, A, if you don't get to go, and B, if you do get to go, don't be, like, putting yourself into personal debt, or, whoa, Kurt, watch where you're walking. You know, don't be putting yourself into personal debt, or feel like it's something that needs to, you know, so you know what I'm trying to say, I think. I know some people are very big fans of Minecraft and YouTubers and things like that. There will be other opportunities. Some of them will be even better and more easily available than Minecon. I don't mean to be poo-pooing Minecon, and for all I know, a lot might have changed, and perhaps it's a lot more organized, and the panels and the opening and closing ceremonies and events and things might be a little bit better. They might have learned from the past 2 years, I hope. And so I don't know. I just want to make sure. It seems like there's a lot of people, even I suppose traveling from abroad. You can do whatever you want, obviously, but if Minecon is the only thing you're traveling for, you might walk away a little bit disappointed. So you might want to make it more of like, oh, I'm going to go on a holiday, as you non-Americans call it. A holiday, and it'll just happen to take place during Minecon, and I'll just happen to attend Minecon. But the other X number of days I'm staying there, and what I've saved up money for, and I'm not turning you know, into high APR debt. That's the real reason I'm traveling to the United States. So I just want to put that in perspective. Like I said, this video might be up by the time all the tickets have already sold out, so might be irrelevant at this point whether or not you've chosen to go or not, but just want to put that in perspective. I mean, yes, like I said, I am going to PAX Prime, so I mean, if you're in an area there and you want to stop by, I'll be sure to inform people where I and Good and Paz and other such personalities will be for PAX, and we can meet there, so you don't have to worry about, oh, Minecon is the only time I'm ever going to meet these YouTubers or whatever. So just perspective, I suppose. Just perspective is the title of this episode, right? Maybe? I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I can, while I'm editing, pick out something a little bit more fun from what I've said. Pick your nose. No, don't pick your nose. It's gross. Only when nobody's looking. And there's always somebody looking when you decide to pick your nose. Wolfie agrees. Wolfie knows. Wolfie knows. Get it? Nose. Big. Anyway. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of mention that. Best of luck on this last round of tickets. I hope you can get your hands on them, if indeed you would like them. I know they are a little bit expensive, and that's why I kind of want to reiterate, don't like put it on, like, don't overdraft from your bank, or don't, you know, charge something to a credit card that you can't pay off. This is what I would call an optional spending category in your budget and things. So don't go nuts. All right, be reasonable, guys. Be reasonable. I'd much rather you guys, you know, use that for things you actually need, and we can look forward to future events and happenings for that sort of stuff. But anyway, sorry, got off on a tangent, and that brings up oh no, I have one more actual little thing in Minecraft news to discuss, is that Dinnerbone recently mentioned, and you will find out right now if you go to your new Minecraft launcher with the new version, is that now you can choose old versions of Minecraft to launch from the new Minecraft launcher, including alpha and beta. That includes beta 1.7.3. So all of that awesome terrain generation that everybody was oogling over in episode 274 with the, what did I call it? What did I call it? Something, Castle Rock. Places like that you can enjoy. In the current, you know, without having to find an old jar or anything like that. They have that all built into the system now. As a PSA, I am not using that right now. I'm not exactly sure if I trust it. If, you know, I'd like more people to figure it out. I'm not exactly sure. You know, I have this system in place with all these separate, completely keeping things separate. I don't want anything to accidentally mix, because I do want this to be completely vanilla beta 1.7.3 as it has continued to be for so long. So I'm not sold on that just yet for the purposes of Far Lands or Bust. But for other purposes, for whatever other reasons, it's available for now everybody who has Minecraft. So check that out with your Minecraft launchers. Indeed. So yeah, but I did want to mention, I mentioned before about the tickets and the costs and things like that. I got a very, again, this is another thing that just toasts my heart. I should get that checked out by a cardiologist, but it just toasts my heart that I got a very generous donation from Colleen, longtime Farlander. Colleen, who says, I was hoping to see you at Minecon this year, but I was too slow for batches 1 and 2 of the tickets, and I will be not available when batch 3 goes on sale. Therefore, I have decided to donate what I was going to spend on the price of a Minecon ticket to Child's Play charity through Far Lands or Bust. Well, thank you. That is very generous of you, and I do appreciate very much that the spirit of that. And again, toasty heart for that. And yes, you do make mention how whoever that benefits through Child's Play charity will really appreciate that over and above the cost of a Minecon ticket. I really do appreciate that again, that's something I never imagined, you know, anybody would do. Even like, what I mentioned, the message I got in the previous episode of Far Lands or Bust, and stuff like that. You guys, once again, well done, Farlanders, and particularly right now, Colleen. And I will answer your question. She added a question with that. Where did it go? There it is. You said that you were a baseball fan growing up. I was. Have you been to any ballparks besides the ones in Chicago? If so, which? Well, Chicago, for those of you who don't know, has 2 professional baseball teams, the Chicago Cubs, boo, and the Chicago White Sox. I am a White Sox fan, and I have been to both of those. One of my neighbors took me when I was little to a Cubs game. So let's just say I was too young to know what I was getting involved with. But I met Ernie Banks. Ernie Banks was sitting a few rows in front of me. So hey, I went to a Cubs game and met a legend. So yeah, that happened. But most of the time throughout my childhood, it's been a while. I think I last saw a game during their World Series season. I saw a regular season game there. A friend had season tickets or something like that at the time. Just a good, how long ago was it? Was that 2003? Good grief. Good grief. Was that almost 10 years ago? Gosh, I'm old. But yeah, that was probably the last professional ball game I've been to. I did also, as a kid, I went to the original Comiskey Park before they tore it down and replaced it with the new Comiskey, what is now U.S. Cellular Field. So I've been to very classic ballparks. At the old Comiskey Park, what was I going to say? Babe Ruth hit a rooftop home run. So I could say I've been in a ballpark where Babe Ruth hit a rooftop home run in the past. So that happened, but not that many. I think I've been to Milwaukee, the Milwaukee Brewers ballpark once. But otherwise, I'm trying to think. I don't believe I've been to any other ballparks. I mean, like, usually when I do go on a trip or vacation or something like that, I really don't, because I'm not a huge sports fan, so I don't really include, like, well, I'm in New York, I've got to go see the blah, blah, blah play, or, you know, whatever. So I really don't turn that into a thing. So, oh gosh, I don't like this terrain at all because of the trees and the creepers. Here, let's, we're going a little bit back. All right, this is, oh, here we go. Here's a good place. Here's a good place. Quickly now. Wolfie? Wolfie? Hi. Yeah, just have a seat. Have a torch, too, while you're at it. Woof. So, yeah. Those are the ballparks I've been to. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's all that there is. There was, oh, gosh. The original Comiskey Park, Wrigley Field, and the new Comiskey Park, and I've been to a Brewers game. What is the name of their ballpark? I don't even know. It was just one of those things. I was up there for a couple days or a weekend or something, and tickets were cheap. I don't know. I don't think they were playing anybody memorable or anything like that. So I believe that's all of them. I've also been to Bulls games. I've been to a Hawks game or two when I was little. What else have I been to? Never been to a football game, and I never really intend to. Football is not my cup of tea at all. Compounded by the fact that they all take place during the winter, and that does not seem like an enjoyable experience on the Chicago lakefront. I'm trying to think what other sporting situations I've been to. I think that's about it. I mean, I've been to NASCAR races at Chicagoland Speedway, and I've been to Daytona once for one of the... I was there for Daytona 500 weekend. It just happened to be during a vacation, but I didn't see the Daytona 500. I saw one of the pre-qualifying shootout races or something like that are like the short races, which is cool. It's cool to be there, but I think that pretty much wraps up my sporting event attendance history. So yeah, once again, thank you, Colleen, in particular, for that very generous donation. I'm sorry that I don't get to see you at Minecon this year, but like I said, there will be other opportunities. So fret not, Farlanders. We will meet one day. And I do appreciate all your support. And that is why I would look forward to meeting such people at Minecon or elsewhere. It's for all the support and to kind of say thank you to you guys. Woof, woof indeed, and thank you for all the donations to Child's Play charity, of course. You can keep doing that at farlandsbus.com. Use that widget on the homepage. I do appreciate your patience with us dealing with these YouTube problems. Hashtag YouTube problems. With a Z. We'll figure this out. We'll be fine. And until we do, my name is Kurt. I will see you next time.